Mr. Rijiju, welcome to NDTV. We have spoken many times before, but this is our first time on NDTV. And for the millions of NDTV's viewer, I welcome you on the platform. And as I said that, you are one of the young prolific politicians and leaders of this country, especially representing Northeast. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
I meet you at a rather curious time, Mr. Rijiju, where, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is entering Northeast, various parts of Northeast, started from Nagaland, then now he's in Assam, and he's taking out another Yatra of his. But on the other side, and I ask you this specifically because you yourself are a young leader and now you've been a cabinet minister and minister for 1 decade. Almost all the young leaders of Mr. Gandhi's party are deserting that party. You also tweeted about it. What do you think is the issue here? As a young leader, I'm not asking you as a BJP politician, I'm asking you as a young leader, what's the issue here?
One of the most important things about my outlook in terms of future prospects for anybody is the hope. If you have hope, then it generates lots of positive activities. Rahul Gandhi doesn't have hope. That is the biggest issue. Now, how do you generate hope? Through positive talks, through visions. You have certain plan for the future. Rahul Gandhi has no hope, or he offers no hope because he doesn't have any plan for the future. He is extremely negative. Not only he is a person who talks about irrelevant things, but he lacks basic knowledge and understanding. It is incoherent. Whatever he talks, it is incoherent with the ground realities. That is why all the young leaders of Congress party are leaving Congress party, because they are young leaders. They want some future prospects which Rahul Gandhi can't offer. On the other hand, look at the BJP leaders and NDA leaders.
I'll come to that. As I said, that I'm not interested so much in that point of you coming from you as a BJP leader, but as a young leader who has now been a minister for close to 1 decade. It's a rare opportunity. You represent Northeast. You have represented it well across the spectrum of administrative ministries. But let me come back to the point that you make. So you are wanting to say, Mr. Rijiju, that Rahul Gandhi is hopeless and the people of India have rejected him. This is what you're wanting to say essentially.
Not only people of India. Congress people are reeling under extreme difficult situation. On the one hand, they want to revive Rahul Gandhi. On the other hand, Rahul Gandhi is an object which cannot be revived. He has been launched multiple times. He fails. Look at him right now. He is entering Northeast India in the name of some Nyay Yatra. On the other hand, he is supporting all those elements who are propagating separation. Those group of people in JNU or elsewhere who speaks about bifurcation of Northeast from India, those people who propagate the idea of separatism in Kashmir and Northeast and elsewhere, Rahul Gandhi stands with them. At the same time, he is talking about Bharat Jodo. How can it go together? He is practically standing with the people who have a divisive ideas about India. On the other hand, he is hollow talking about uniting India. It doesn't gel. It is not practical. That is why he may have some people roaming around here and there, taking selfies, photo clicks and all, some kind of a small gatherings and all. But in electoral politics, to win the election, you have to be deeply connected with the people. Rahul Gandhi
You mean to say he is not
cannot
deeply connected with the people? Mr. Gandhi is not deeply connected with the people?
not only deeply, he is disconnected with the people. He is disconnected with the grassroots affairs. He doesn't know the reality.
Those are strong words, Mr. Rijiju. I wish there will be a reaction from the Congress party. However, at this point in time, since you are saying that he is disconnected and Congress people are also, confused as to whether they relaunch him, whether they, repackage him, etc., etc. My question to you is that many people will say, Mr. Rijiju, that difficulties in the career of a political person or a political party do come. BJP also has gone through turbulent times, turbulent phases, until they found Mr. Modi as a leader.
You're right. That is why I'm
Until they
saying,
found Mr. Modi as a leader.
whether you are in opposition or in government, it is by chance, by choice, by circumstances, by leadership, by failure, success, whatever may be. But that doesn't mean that you start speaking against the interests of the nation. Rahul Gandhi, just because he is not in the government, is dealing with pro-Khalistanis, pro-Pakistanis. He is standing with all those groups of people who are known India betters. Now, we were in opposition. But when it comes to national interest, we are firm. For example, in 2008, Mumbai attack. Immediately, the UPA government brought NIA. I was the first speaker from our party. I was the lead speaker and I spoke. In fact, I said this bill, National Investigating Agency, is a welcome move, but I want more stringent step to be taken. Here, Rahul Gandhi and his team are outside the government. They start questioning the army. If there is a surgical strike, is it the time to question the veracity of the strike, question the government's intention? These are the testing time of a leader, how you manage, how you understand the situation. So when the Balakot strike took place, they were asking that Air Force must show proof. When General Bipin Rawat was talking about strong action, very firmly defending our nation, the Congress leader said he is a Sarak Chapka general. Can you imagine a BJP member talking against the national interest just because we are out of the power?
So you mean to say that not only is Mr. Gandhi or in some cases Congress party opposing for the sake of opposing the government in power?
Not only for the sake of opposing, but by opposing things which are going against the national interest, they are doing great disservice to the nation.
So you are in a sense you are trying to say that they have a tendency to back elements that are anti-India.
Yes.
And those elements should not be backed by mainstream political parties.
Yes.
Just because they are out of power.
Yes. That is why many Congress leaders, there are some sensible leaders in Congress party. They meet us. I have many friends in the Congress party as a colleague in the parliament. They are aghast. They say they are helpless. And whenever Rahul Gandhi speaks, they are worried because he is going to speak something which will be so embarrassing to the Congress party and to the nation. That is why these days we are not talking or thinking about what Rahul Gandhi does because it's a sheer wastage of time. We are focused on Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. Now he is talking about whatever Yatra, which is actually creating divisions. It's basically Bharat Toro Yatra of Rahul Gandhi. We are on Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. That is the actual Yatra because that is reaching out to the people, carrying the message of Modi ki guarantee. Whatever Modi has promised, he has delivered. That is why it is known as Modi ki guarantee wali gadi. So we are moving with the vehicles to ensure that people get benefits out of all the schemes launched by Narendra Modi government. So there is a vast difference between our Yatra and the Congress party Yatra.
But Mr. Rijiju, that is fine. I'll come to this slightly later, but you also said interestingly, which connects with my original thought about the young leaders detesting or rather deserting the Congress party, which is that you said in a tweet and that when an immature person is sort of captaining a ship, intelligent people will have to desert the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean? I mean, they have a Congress president there. Mr. Kharge is the president. And Rahul Gandhi has given up the captaincy of Congress party.
That
He's
is
one of their prominent leaders.
That is why I feel sorry for some good people in Congress party. Whether it's Mallikarjun Kharge or anybody, you see in the parliament, Adhir Ranjan is the Congress parliamentary party leader in the house. He has no authority. If Rahul Gandhi says sit, he will sit. If Rahul Gandhi says stand, he will stand. Our leader is leading from the front. He speaks with authority. That is why you've seen the downgrading of the level of debates in the parliament. When I entered as a young member of parliament, Vajpayee ji, Advani ji, George Fernandez ji, Chandrasekhar ji, they are all stalwarts were there. And we used to hear the debate. These days, when our party leader, whether it's Prime Minister or any of the senior leaders speak about subject in the parliament, there is no equivalent voice from the opposition because their leader, whether Rahul Gandhi is Congress president or not, they are, one family party. It's a dynastic party. So whoever may be holding a party position, they have to run to Rahul Gandhi. That is why good leaders are leaving Congress party because they see no future in the Congress party.
So you mean to say Mr. Kharge is a lame duck president?
Not only Kharge, anybody in Congress is lame duck because it's a one family dynastic party.
So you are saying it's a one family enterprise, it's a dynastic enterprise.
Completely.
And hence the leaders who think they are bright and find space and feet of their own outside leave the party.
Precisely. Otherwise, what is the attributes or quality which Rahul Gandhi possesses to make him a leader of Congress party? There's nothing. When he speaks, senseless. When he addresses the rallies, talks all irrelevant issues. He doesn't possess anything to be a leader. That there's nothing called leadership quality in him. Despite that, he is running the show. So that is why good people in Congress party are leaving.
But many people will also say, Mr. Rijiju, that people who are leaving because BJP is in power, BJP has all the resources, BJP is ruling in many states, and they want to remain in the middle of the power functions.
No. We are in power only for 10 years now. My lifetime I was in opposition party. I became part of a ruling government only in 2014. As a member of parliament, I was in opposition. But we were not people who will behave like Congress party leaders. So that is why it's not a question of good time, bad time. It's not a question of opposition ruling. It's a question of your consistent stand in the interest of society and the nation. There has to be some continuity in your approach. It's not that you become a nationalist, a patriotic when you are in the government, and when you are out you become anti-national. It can't be like that.
You think it's also a question of ideology, that the congressmen are not wedded to any ideology as such, and while many people will say, I do not wish to back that claim or debunk that claim, many people will say that BJP is more of an ideology driven party.
What you said is true, but what I am saying is slightly different. Ideologically, principally, all parties have their own stand. They have their own approach. But there are certain things which cannot be differentiated on the basis of ideology. These are universal. For example, Article 370. It was creating a barrier between Jammu and Kashmir state and rest of the country. Jammu and Kashmir gets a different constitution, different provisions, different laws, different system. Can you accept that in a country? It's one country, two system. So that is why we wanted it to be abolished. Once we come to power with absolute majority, we did it. So that is why I'm saying, now after the abrogation of Article 370, Congress still says that they want to bring back if they come to power. Just imagine. Now, group of students in the JNU or elsewhere, if they say that they want India to be broken into pieces, and Rahul Gandhi goes to the campus and stands and supports this group of people, how can it be? This is nothing to do with your position in ruling or opposition or ideology. It's simply about the sovereignty and integrity of the nation. So there are certain issues which must be as clear as it is appearing. Now suppose India and an enemy country fight, we go to a war. It cannot be you support him or him. You support India or the other country. This is nothing, a choice. It is something which is obvious. So that is why I am saying Rahul Gandhi's some of the approach are inherently so damaging to the national interest that he simply doesn't feel shy to do that openly. Sometimes I am shocked how a person whose father, grandmother, great-grandfather, they were prime ministers of this country, can go to this extent to damage India's national interest. I come from border area. My hometown, my village, my district was occupied by the Chinese for nearly 1 month. But we came strongly with the determination that we stand with the national interest, national unity, and we will fight if necessary. Otherwise, we will support all our forces who are guarding our territory. So these are universal stand. I should not claim that I am, very patriotic. I have to be. It's nothing to be claimed.
But Mr. Rijiju, that brings me to one point which I want to take forward, because we are in the midst of consecration of a Ram temple as well. Congress party says, and many other people also say that, BJP has apportioned nationalism, apportioned Ram temple movement or, religiosity in that sense. And there is absolutely political motives to nationalism and the religious space that the BJP is wanting to occupy or BJP is wanting to portray. So those political motives are of BJP's and they are not siding with that.
It is actually opposite of that. The Congress party, left parties and these people, they are opposed to building construction of Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. When Congress was in power, they filed official affidavit in the Supreme Court saying that Ram doesn't exist. Ram is not a reality. Congress party says that Ram is a figment of imagination. So we are in favor of construction of Ram temple. How are we appropriating? They are opposing, we are supporting. That's all. There's no question of appropriation. Ram doesn't belong to one community, one group of people or a political party. Ram is universal. Lord Sri Ram is faith, a symbol of India's heritage, civilization, is India's spiritual entity. I am not a Hindu. By definition, I am a Buddhist. But I want Ram temple to be constructed because Ram is a national symbol. Like many other spiritual entities, Lord Sri Ram is India's heritage, India's faith. Can you imagine that any other country witnessing what we are witnessing here? They are, I have not seen any such thing. The majority of the people of that country opposing the main faith of that country. It's only happening in India. But
Majority is not opposing. Majority is,
no,
I'm
saying
sure, happy.
majority religion, I'm saying. Here in India, fortunately now, people understand. That's why not a single religious group or any person from religious background has made any adverse remark about Ram Temple. It's only the political leaders, Congress leaders, and they are making all this kind of statement. Prime Minister is not uttering anything which is political in nature. He is just following the rituals, heading towards that historic day, the Pran Pratishtha on 22nd January is the day which is a moment for everybody. A wait of 500 years is finally coming to an end. So Prime Minister as a head of the government is doing exactly what he has to do. He is not making any political comment, nothing, because it is not a political agenda.
Mr. Rijiju, I'm glad that you bring me back to the Prime Minister, because one part of my conversation with you initially, I also wanted to ask you, and this gives me an opportunity to ask you, that chronologically in the number, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is closer to the age of what people will describe as youth for parliamentarians or for politicians. But despite that, almost the entire, what some people describe as Baba Brigade, I am not describing it, Baba Brigade, the entire Baba Brigade of the Congress, it seems, has deserted him and come to the BJP. So there is a good 20 plus years of difference in Mr. Modi's age and all these individuals, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi is closer to their age. But still somehow he is unable to hold them back in his fold, many of them his personal friends. What is the issue here? What is it that is the attraction for the people who are coming to the BJP? Is it Mr. Modi? Is it Mr. Modi's agenda? Or is it just power?
See, Nikunj, I will be very honest. I really don't know about Rahul Gandhi's internal lifestyle. What I know very well, which everybody knows, is he is not aware of the ground realities. He is not deeply entrenched into the issues. He is mostly on holidays, and we all know which all countries he travels. He is on, vacation trip from one country to another country every month. He comes back to India maybe for 5-6 days and makes some statement and then vanishes again in some foreign locations, which is for him a vacation. So he is not interested on the day-to-day affairs of his party or the nation. Now tell me, I am not close to Rahul Gandhi. Those people who are close to Rahul Gandhi, they know him. How can they remain in Congress party when that so-called their leader is not interested in the real affairs of the nation? He is always on vacation, and I don't want to speak beyond because it will not sound nice.
You mean to say he's a part-time politician, and is that it has not changed in 20 years?
Part-time politician up to that is okay. But why does he keep going for vacation, where, with whom and all? These are something, if I narrate, it will not sound nice because I am a senior person in the government. But what I am saying is, his close circle people know it. They are waiting for some miracle. Miracle will never happen. The leader has to work hard. Our leader leads from the front. If Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is not taking rest, he is full on, continuously pushing for the implementation of the government schemes and programs to take care of the needy people. How can people like us take rest? We know our leader is not taking rest. Can I go on vacation? No. But when their leader is on vacation, what will their party leaders.
So you mean to say
do.
this relentless drive of the Prime Minister or the attraction of his agenda is what is driving to the people to the BJP and not the power?
Power is by default. Objective is service to the people. And when your leader leads from the front, it's not only about politics. Be in the army, be in the games, be in the society. When the leader leads from the front, it brings confidence into the minds of every person. This is natural. So our leader is not only leading from the front, but he is delivering. India, 10 years, 12 years back, is not long ago. But what was our stature, what was our level of confidence, and today look at the change. So this in one decade time, the kind of changes which we are seeing within the country and the impression about India with other people, it's a dramatic change which we are witnessing. So we are proud of that. But there's nothing Congress people say that they are proud of Rahul Gandhi or their leaders. So there is a complete, contrast in the situation, leadership and everything.
Mr. Rijiju, thank you very much for speaking to NDTV. This is your first appearance with me on NDTV, and I am glad that you gave me time on such a short notice, and I hope to see you more regularly on NDTV now in the run-up to the general elections, sometimes in your constituency too.
Thank you for having me.